Time for another mid-season report card here on AFL.com.au. Dinny Navratnam is here to look at the Lions. And Dinny, there's been lots of lowlights. We'll get to them in a second. But first, you have picked out one highlight.
Well, they have one win for the season. They played the Hawks in round 9, Luke Hodges' first game against his former side, and they had a big win there. So it's fair to say that was a pretty good day for the club.
Let's hope there's a lot of Hawthorn fans watching this report card just for that particular mention. Now, what about lowlights? There has been plenty of them.
Yeah, obviously there's been quite a few losses, but the worst of the season was probably in round 4 against Richmond. It's the only game the Lions had at the MCG this season, and they kicked just 2 goals for the day. It was pretty tough stuff to watch if you're a Lions fan, I'd imagine.
Now, what about individuals? Who is under the pump most?
Well, there's this whole mid-tier at the Lions, guys like Josh Walker, Ryan Bastanak, Tom Bell. There's a few more of them. These are guys who have stagnated in their careers, and there's the younger guys just going to push them out. It's just hard to see how they're going to get a game.
Who should we get around?
Well, one of their recruits, Charlie Cameron from Adelaide, has been one of the most exciting players this season. He suffered a season-ending foot injury, unfortunately, but up until that point, he'd been in all-Australian contention. Yeah,
really disappointing for him. He had been terrific, hadn't he, and was on track, I reckon, to be one of the recruits of the year. Now, what about looking forward? Is there one wish that you would grant to this football club for the second half of the season?
Well, look, the Lions have been competitive in most of their games this season, all bar against Richmond and North Melbourne. They've lost a lot of close games, so I think what Chris Fagan would be wishing for is to convert some of those close ones into the wins. And then their record, which, while it does look quite bad with one win at the moment, they might have 4 or 5 if they had converted some of those other ones.
We saw Chris Fagan hurt himself in the big freeze at the G as well. Let's hope he's okay for the rest of the season. Okay, a grade for the Brisbane Lions.
I've given him a C. A lot of people might think that's a bit generous considering they've only won 1 game for the season. However, expectations weren't high on them, and they've been pretty competitive all year, and you can really see the younger guys coming through. Cam Rayner, the #1 pick, has been terrific. McCluggage is coming along well. So I think for the Lions fans, they'd be pretty optimistic about what's ahead for the future.
All right, Dinny, thank you very much for that. Dinny Navratnam with us on AFL.com.au.